Ladies and gentlemen, listen carefully. Most people live life in a state of constant effort, pushing, struggling, and trying to control outcomes. They believe that if they work harder, manipulate circumstances, or insist on a certain result, they will finally achieve their goals. But the truth is that forcing life only creates tension, resistance, and delay. The universe, the field of infinite possibilities, does not respond to pressure. It responds to alignment, coherence, and readiness. When you release the need to force, you stop interfering with the natural flow of creation and you open yourself to receive blessings, opportunities, and abundance far faster than when you operate from struggle. Releasing the force requires trust in your own energy, presence, and vision. It is the understanding that your inner state, the coherence of your thoughts, emotions, and intentions is far more powerful than any external effort. When you stop forcing, you allow your nervous system and your consciousness to harmonize with the life you want to create. You stop trying to push the river upstream and begin floating with the current of potential that is already moving toward you. In that state, the universe does not need convincing. It simply responds to the clarity, openness, and elevated frequency you are broadcasting. Readiness is the key. You cannot receive what you are not prepared for. Your mind, your body, and your emotions must be aligned with the reality you desire. This alignment comes through consistent practice, cultivating elevated emotions such as gratitude, joy, and love, imagining your life as if it is already unfolding exactly as you want it, and letting go of attachment to timing, outcomes, or methods. When you are ready, the doors that were once invisible swing wide open. When you are ready, opportunities, synchronicities, and insights appear faster than your mind can calculate. The paradox of receiving is that the harder you try to control, the slower the process becomes. The more you cling to forcing, the more resistance you create within your own energy. But when you let go, trust, and embody the state of already having, you allow the field of infinite possibilities to work on your behalf. Life begins to flow to you, not because you demanded it, but because your inner alignment magnetizes it. Miracles, breakthroughs, and abundance are no longer random. They are a reflection of the coherence and readiness within you. This is not about passivity. It is about conscious presence, deliberate practice, and alignment with your higher self. The faster you can release attachment to force and embrace readiness, the faster your life transforms. Your energy becomes a signal, your emotions become a frequency, and your mind becomes a field of creation. When you are aligned in this way, the universe accelerates in response, delivering what you are ready to receive 100 times faster than when you are struggling, forcing, or resisting. Most people believe that the path to success, fulfillment, and transformation comes through effort, struggle, and sheer determination. They think that if they push harder, work longer, or control every aspect of their lives, they will finally achieve what they desire. Yet the paradox is that this very force creates tension, blocks energy, and slows the flow of life rather than accelerating it. Forcing is an act of resistance against the natural intelligence of the field of possibility. It stems from a mind that believes it must control outcomes, from a nervous system that clings to familiar patterns, and from a body conditioned to survive rather than create. The more you push against life, the more friction you encounter, and the harder it becomes to receive what you are seeking. Alignment, on the other hand, is an entirely different approach. It is the conscious choice to harmonize your thoughts, emotions, and energy with the reality you intend to create. Alignment is not passive, it is deliberate. It begins with clarity of intention, knowing precisely what you want, and extends to the cultivation of emotional states that resonate with that reality. When your mind and body are coherent, when your energy flows without blockage, And when your focus is on presence rather than struggle, you send a signal to the field that is magnetic and irresistible. The universe does not need force. It responds naturally to alignment. Opportunities, synchronicities, and manifestations emerge effortlessly because there is no internal resistance to slow the process. Forcing life often manifests as impatience, anxiety, or a sense of urgency. When you push, you are acting from lack, from fear that what you desire is not enough or will not arrive on its own. This state produces stress in the body, incoherence in thought, and a vibration that repels rather than attracts. Life feels heavy and difficult, and the very things you want seem perpetually out of reach. Alignment, in contrast, allows you to operate from a state of ease, confidence, and receptivity. It signals to the field that you are ready to receive, that you trust in the intelligence of the process, and that you are prepared to embody the reality you seek. When you cultivate alignment, manifestation accelerates because you are no longer working against yourself. You are in resonance with the natural flow of life. Instead of effort and struggle, you act with intention and presence. Instead of forcing outcomes, you magnetize them. The energy of alignment opens doors that resistance cannot, and what once seemed distant or impossible becomes accessible with ease. Miracles and breakthroughs are no longer delayed by tension and control. They are amplified by your coherence and readiness. Many people spend their lives believing that success, happiness, and transformation come primarily from external effort. They focus on schedules, strategies, actions, and outcomes, thinking that working harder or pushing longer will bring the results they desire. While effort can produce temporary movement, it cannot create lasting transformation on its own. True change originates from within, from the coherence of your thoughts, emotions, and intentions. When your inner state aligns with your desires, the outer world responds naturally. The external effort becomes almost effortless because it is a reflection of an internal reality that has already been established energetically. Your inner state is essentially the operating system of your life. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, and every intention you hold sends a signal into the field of possibility. If your mind is scattered, your emotions are turbulent, and your intentions are unclear, the signals you send are weak and contradictory. The universe cannot respond efficiently to a fragmented signal. Your energy creates a vibration that either attracts what you want or reinforces the very limitations you are trying to escape. Conversely, when your thoughts are clear, your emotions elevated, and your intentions precise, you generate a coherent, energetic field that naturally draws opportunities, circumstances, and experiences aligned with that state. Coherence between mind, heart, and body is key. The mind alone can plan and strategize, but without emotional resonance, these plans lack the energetic charge necessary to manifest. Emotions act as the amplifier for intention, providing the frequency that allows your desired reality to interact with the field of infinite possibility. When you cultivate a state of coherence, your nervous system and body-mind network resonate at a frequency that attracts the experiences, people, and circumstances that match your vision. The result is not forced or manipulated, it is magnetic. External effort alone often produces frustration because it ignores the energetic laws of creation. People push against resistance, trying to make outcomes happen through sheer will, and in doing so, they reinforce struggle rather than expansion. The more you rely on inner coherence rather than external pressure, the faster and more aligned your manifestations become. Actions taken from this state are effortless, inspired, and precise. They are responses to the opportunities that the field presents, not attempts to control it. By prioritizing your inner state over external effort, you create a foundation for accelerated growth. You stop chasing outcomes and start generating the energy that naturally brings them to you. Your thoughts, emotions, and intentions become a magnet, drawing life experiences that are already in resonance with who you are becoming, allowing transformation to unfold quickly, seamlessly, and powerfully. Many people approach life as if they can demand or force outcomes without preparing themselves to receive them. They work tirelessly, set goals, and push toward results, but when opportunities appear, they are often unprepared to accept or integrate them. Readiness is the missing piece in this process. To receive fully and effortlessly, you must first embody the reality you wish to create. The field of possibility does not respond to effort or desire alone. It responds to the alignment and vibrational frequency of the person you have become internally. Until your thoughts, emotions, and energy match the future you seek, external manifestations remain slow or blocked. Embodying the reality you desire means more than visualization or wishful thinking. It requires aligning your present state of being with the qualities, emotions, and consciousness of the life you want to live. If your goal is abundance, you must cultivate the feeling of already having it. Gratitude, fulfillment, and confidence must saturate your experience in the present moment. If your aim is love or meaningful connection, you must first generate self love, acceptance, and emotional coherence internally. The field of possibility responds not to what you say you want, but to who you are energetically. Your current state is the blueprint from which the universe creates. Readiness also involves letting go of resistance, attachment, and the need to control the how and when of outcomes. Often, people block their own manifestations by clinging to specific expectations or timelines. When you release control and embody the essence of your desired reality in the present moment, you create an internal resonance that allows the field to deliver experiences in ways that may exceed your imagination. Readiness is a state of alignment, trust, and presence. It is a vibration, not an action. When you prepare yourself in this way, receiving becomes effortless. Opportunities flow toward you naturally. People, resources, and circumstances align, and synchronicities multiply. The universe does not need persuasion. It responds to the coherence you have cultivated within. Your readiness acts as a magnet, pulling in experiences that reflect the inner state you have embodied. The more fully you inhabit the reality you desire in your consciousness, the faster it materializes externally. Readiness is also a practice of self awareness and deliberate cultivation. It requires observation of your thoughts, emotions, and habitual reactions, and consistent adjustment to maintain alignment with the version of yourself who already lives in the reality you seek. This internal work primes you to receive everything with ease and amplifies the speed at which life responds to your coherent state. Emotions are the energy that propels creation. They are the language of the field of infinite possibilities and the amplifier of your intentions. While thoughts set the direction, emotions provide the frequency that signals to the universe what is ready to manifest in your life. Ordinary or low frequency emotions such as fear, doubt, or frustration create energetic resistance, slowing the natural flow of abundance and opportunity. Elevated emotions, however, like gratitude, joy, love, and inspiration, raise your vibration and align your energy with the reality you desire. They are the key to accelerating manifestation and connecting with the possibilities that already exist beyond your current perception. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools for creating this alignment. When you focus on appreciation for what is present, you shift your energy from lack to abundance. Gratitude signals to the field that you recognize the value in life, that you are receptive, and that you are already operating from a place of fulfillment. This energetic state creates resonance with more experiences, resources, and opportunities that reflect that same abundance. Joy and love function similarly. When you cultivate joy, you create a magnetic presence that attracts experiences that mirror that emotion. Love, whether self love or unconditional love toward others, expands your energetic field and opens channels for new realities to enter without resistance. Elevated emotions also influence the body and nervous system. When your emotional state is high, your nervous system operates in coherence rather than stress. This coherence allows you to think clearly, act decisively, and resonate fully with the field of possibilities. The body itself becomes a transmitter for the energy you wish to receive. In contrast, negative emotional states create contraction, tension, and blockage, which slow the manifestation process and distort the signals sent to the universe. Practicing elevated emotions is not about ignoring reality or pretending everything is perfect. It is about deliberately cultivating feelings that align with the reality you intend to create. It is about generating an inner state that reflects the life you wish to live before it appears externally. Meditation, visualization, and conscious emotional focus are practices that help you amplify these feelings. The more consistently you inhabit these elevated states, the faster your connection to possibility becomes, and the more effortless your manifestations unfold. By consistently embodying gratitude, joy, love, and other high frequency emotions, you accelerate your ability to receive. The field responds to your energy, not your effort. The clearer and more elevated your emotional state, the more rapidly the universe delivers experiences, insights, and synchronicities that match your inner resonance. The speed of manifestation is directly proportional to the frequency of your emotions, creating a natural, effortless flow toward the life you are ready to receive. One of the greatest obstacles to receiving is the compulsion to control outcomes. Most people believe that if they plan meticulously, strategize extensively, and insist on certain results, they can create the life they want. While preparation has its place, excessive control generates tension, rigidity, and resistance within the nervous system. It signals to the field of possibilities that you are operating from fear and lack rather than trust and alignment. When you cling to how, when, and in what form something must appear, you inadvertently close the very doors you are trying to open. True abundance and accelerated manifestation arise not from control, but from the willingness to let go and allow life to respond to your inner coherence. Attachment to outcomes is closely tied to control. When you are attached to a specific result, you create a vibration of expectation that can block natural flow. The universe responds to energy, not to insistence or force. If your energy is weighted with anxiety, frustration, or desperation, the field cannot deliver seamlessly. By releasing attachment, you shift from resisting what is not yet manifested to trusting in the intelligence of the process. Letting go does not mean giving up. It means maintaining your focus on your desired reality while surrendering the specifics of timing, method, and sequence. This release creates space for new opportunities, insights, and synchronicities to enter your life. The moment you stop forcing, the nervous system relaxes, coherence returns, and the energy you emit becomes magnetic rather than repelling. You stop pushing against the current of possibility and begin to flow with it. The field of infinite potential responds not to the pressure of control, but to the readiness, clarity, and openness you cultivate within. When you stop grasping and start allowing, the universe begins delivering experiences that are aligned with your inner vibration, often in ways more creative and expansive than you could have designed. Letting go also strengthens your connection to the present moment. Control and attachment keep you anchored in worry about the future or regret about the past. Releasing these tendencies allows you to operate from presence, where you can sense the opportunities, people, and circumstances that resonate with your highest potential. In this state, manifestation becomes effortless because you are not working against your own energy or creating unnecessary resistance. By consciously practicing release, you transform the way you interact with life. You stop forcing outcomes and start magnetizing them. The energy of surrender removes the blocks that slow manifestation, opens the doors to abundance, and allows life to move toward you in alignment with your desires. The faster you let go, the faster the field responds, creating a flow of opportunity, insight, and abundance that moves exponentially more quickly than effort alone could ever achieve. The universe is not a mechanism to be forced or manipulated. It is a field of infinite possibilities, responding not to struggle, effort, or pressure, but to the quality of your energy and the coherence of your internal state. When people attempt to force outcomes, they are often acting from a place of fear, doubt, or scarcity, which creates energetic resistance. This resistance slows the natural flow of life and delays the manifestation of their desires. Miracles do not occur because of effort. They occur because your mind, body, and emotions are aligned with the frequency of what you intend to create. Alignment acts as a magnet, pulling possibilities toward you effortlessly and accelerating the timing of manifestation beyond anything the mind could calculate. Alignment begins with clarity of intention. You must know what you want and hold that vision consistently in your consciousness. However, intention alone is not enough. Your emotional state must match the reality you seek. Elevated emotions such as gratitude, joy, love, and confidence create a frequency that resonates with the field, signaling that you are ready to receive. When your mind, heart, and body operate in coherence, you create a powerful energetic signature that the universe responds to naturally. The field of possibilities does not resist, it mirrors the quality of energy you broadcast. Misalignment, hesitation, or internal conflict weakens your signal, slowing the flow of manifestation and making it difficult for opportunities to appear. Miracles occur when alignment reaches a point of resonance with the possibilities that exist beyond the present. This is why people who operate from struggle often feel stuck, while those who cultivate coherence experience breakthroughs effortlessly. Alignment does not require controlling circumstances or forcing events. It requires embodying the state of having what you desire. Your internal coherence becomes a beacon that attracts circumstances, people, and synchronicities that reflect your inner reality. The more consistent your alignment, the faster the field responds, creating experiences that feel miraculous because they exceed expectation and appear with ease. The process of aligning is both an art and a practice. It involves observing your habitual thought patterns, releasing limiting beliefs, cultivating elevated emotions, and sustaining presence in the moment. It requires discipline, awareness, and a willingness to let go of resistance. The field of infinite possibilities is always active, always responsive, but it cannot mirror what is not coherent within you. By maintaining alignment, you create a reality where miracles are inevitable because the energy you emit matches the vibration of your desired outcomes, allowing life to flow naturally in ways that accelerate manifestation far beyond effort alone. The act of receiving is not a passive process. It is an energetic state, a conscious alignment, and a deliberate practice that requires presence and readiness. Most people wait for life to deliver opportunities or blessings, believing that external events alone determine their outcomes. Yet the truth is that the speed and magnitude of what you receive are directly proportional to your internal state. Conscious presence, being fully aware of your thoughts, emotions, and energy in the moment, is the foundation for this process. When you are present, you stop reacting from habit, fear, or doubt, and you begin to operate from a space of coherence where the field of infinite possibilities can respond effortlessly to your intentions. Deliberate practice is the bridge between your current reality and the future you desire. It involves intentionally cultivating elevated emotions, visualizing your desired outcomes as if they already exist, and consistently aligning your mind, body, and energy with the life you want to manifest. This practice is not about forcing events to happen. It is about preparing yourself internally to receive them. Every meditation, every conscious breath, every moment of emotional recalibration strengthens your alignment, tuning your energy to the frequency of what you are ready to experience. The more deliberate you are in this inner practice, the faster your outer reality begins to reflect it. Readiness is the energetic signal that tells the universe you are prepared for expansion. The field of possibilities responds not to your desire alone, but to your preparedness to embody and integrate what you wish to receive. If your internal state is fragmented, fearful, or doubtful, opportunities may arise but will often pass unnoticed or unclaimed. When you cultivate readiness, you create a coherent vibration that attracts experiences, people, and synchronicities that match your vision. You become a magnet for abundance, insight, and life changing events, and the pace at which these appear accelerates dramatically. Together, conscious presence, deliberate practice, and readiness form a synergistic process that amplifies your ability to receive exponentially faster. Presence keeps you rooted in the now. Practice shapes your energy and emotional resonance, and readiness ensures you are prepared to embody what is coming. As these three elements integrate, you shift from a state of waiting and striving to a state of alignment and flow. In this state, life no longer feels like a struggle, and manifestation occurs with remarkable speed and ease. You move from pushing and forcing outcomes to effortlessly magnetizing them, allowing the universe to respond to the coherence, clarity, and elevated frequency you maintain within your being. Life does not respond to force, struggle, or relentless effort. The faster you release the need to control outcomes and stop pushing against the current of possibility, the faster your reality begins to shift. Manifestation is not a matter of how hard you try, but how aligned, coherent, and ready you are to receive. Every thought, every emotion, and every intention you cultivate sends a signal into the field of infinite possibilities. And it is this internal state, not external effort, that determines the speed and magnitude of what arrives in your life. Alignment, coherence, and elevated emotion are the keys to unlocking this flow. When your mind, heart, and body operate in harmony with the reality you desire, the universe naturally responds. Gratitude, joy, love, and inspiration raise your frequency, magnetizing experiences that match your vision. Letting go of attachment and control dissolves resistance, creating space for miracles to occur effortlessly. Readiness, cultivated through deliberate practice and conscious presence, ensures that when opportunities appear, you are fully prepared to receive and integrate them. As you embody the life you wish to create internally, external circumstances begin to mirror that state. Opportunities, people, synchronicities, and breakthroughs appear not because you force them into existence, but because your energy became magnetic to the possibilities that were always available. The process is exponential. The more coherent, elevated, and ready you become, the faster life flows in your favor, often in ways that exceed expectation and imagination. By mastering these principles, releasing force, cultivating alignment, elevating emotion, and embodying readiness, you step into a new way of living. You move from struggle to flow, from waiting to receiving, and from resistance to expansion. Life accelerates naturally when you stop forcing and start aligning. And in this state, receiving everything you desire becomes not just possible, but inevitable. The key is to trust the process, maintain coherence, and remain fully present, knowing that the universe responds to the energy you emit far more than the effort you expend.